With a nice pass over the reed, comes across center ice.
Uh-oh, she's looking at us.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? Today we're going to be covering week 14 of season 1 weekly reset. We're going to be covering the external components and reactors. Before I get into this video, I will have all the substats for everything that I cover in the description down below. Also, I'm going to be introducing a new method that was founded by Ornery Biscuit. Shout out Ornery Biscuit. This is called the Freyna method. So later in the video, I'm going to be showing you guys a new method that is going to be replacing Jayber. I will also have her video in the description down below showing you guys her build and also the places that you can do this at. With that being said, let's get right into the video. Starting off with the external components, this is going to be for the memory. You're going to want to come to Vespers, Timberfall. The mission of choice is going to be the Timberfall Power Facility. And then for the next component, this is going to be for processors. You're going to want to come to Vespers, the Ruins. The mission of choice is going to be the Ruins Courtyard. Now going over reactors, this is going to be 3 places that you can farm this at. This is going to be beneficial for Enzo and Luna. This is going to be their non-attribute special rounds singular reactor. You're going to want to come to Echo Swamps, Abandoned Zone. The mission of choice is going to be the Environment Contamination Zone. And for the other location, for the 2 Descendants I just said, this is going to be their non-attribute high power rounds singular reactor. You're going to want to come to White Knight Gulch, Moongrave Basin. The mission of choice is going to be the water cooling recording device. So how you're going to do this mission is you're going to want to come to point A and you're going to disable the security. Once you've disabled the security, you're going to wait until the mobs seize the objective. Once the mobs have seized the objective, you're going to run between these 2 points. You're going to do this until the mission expires. And then the next location for these 2 Descendants is going to be at the Converter Facility in Fortress. The mission of choice is going to be the Converter Facility Volga Strategic Outpost. Now that we're at the outpost, I'm going to show you guys how to do this. But first, we're going to go over the build. This is the build, prioritizing on duration. So you want to go in and destroy A, B, C, and D. Once you destroyed A, B, C, and D, you're going to make a circle around the outpost, hugging the walls to avoid killing the boss. Alright, for our next reactor, this one is going to be beneficial for Valby, Jayber, and Gley. This is going to be their non-attribute impact rounds dimension reactor. You're going to want to come to Hagios, the Corrupted Zone. The mission of choice is going to be the Ramsacked Village. Alright guys, now that we're at the mission, this is going to be the Freyna method. So how this is going to work: from start mission, you're going to come to these stairs and activate your 1 and your 3. You're going to run back to start mission, and once the enemies died from your dots, you're just going to start the mission over and over. And pretty much your dots are going to kill the enemies, and you're just able to do this over and over. This is the build that I'm currently using. I will have Ornery Biscuit's video in the description down below so you can see her build. Alright, for this next reactor, this is going to be beneficial for Ajax and Kyle. This is going to be their non-attribute general rounds tech reactor. You're going to want to come to Sterile Lands Classified Area. The mission of choice is going to be the large nuclear reactor. So this is going to be another Freyna method. So you're going to come over here to start mission, and before you start the mission, you're going to place down your dots in the middle of this area, both your 1 and your 3, and you're just going to come back to start mission, and you're going to kill the mobs, abandon, and kill the mobs, and then abandon. You're just going to do this over and over, letting your dots kill all the enemies that spawn. Alright, for this next reactor, this one is going to be beneficial for Viessa. This is going to be her chill impact rounds fusion reactor. You're going to want to come down to White Knight Gulch, Shipment Base. The mission of choice is going to be the Fortress Courtyard. So this is going to be another Freyna method. So how you're going to do this is you're going to place down your dot in these 2 locations, both your 1 and your 3. You're going to come to start mission, start the mission, kill the mobs, and then abandon, kill the mobs, and then abandon. And you're just going to do this over and over. Make sure also for every method that I've shown you guys that you do this in intervals of 2 minutes. They've actually updated it to where you can lose a loot if there's max amount of items on the floor. So make sure that you are picking up stuff every 2 minutes. So this is going to be another alternative grind for Viessa if you don't want to do that farm. This is going to be her chill high power rounds fusion reactor. You're going to want to come to Sterile Lands Repository. The mission of choice is going to be the Repository Volga Strategic Outpost. So how you're going to do this this one is destroy A, B, and C. Once you destroyed A, B, and C, you're just going to do a circle around the outpost. This is the build that I am using. This one prioritizes on range. All right, for this next reactor, this one is going to be for Freyna. This is going to be her toxic impact rounds tech reactor. You're going to want to come to Agna Desert, the storage. The mission of choice is going to be the Kuiper Depot. So this is going to be another Freyna method. So from start mission, you're going to want to come up this hill and head to these 2 rocks. Place your first and your third ability between these 2 rocks and head back to start mission. Once you're at start mission, you're just going to activate it. Let your dots kill the enemies. Abort. Do it again, making sure that every enemy is killed. Once you see that you have to interact with a target, that's when you want to abort. If you don't feel like doing that mission, there's also this alternative. This is going to be for her toxic special rounds tech reactor. You're going to want to come to Hagios forward base. The mission of choice is going to be the board band fleet. The board band fleet beacon. All right, for this next reactor, this is going to be for Lepic and Esiemo. This is going to be their fire general rounds tech reactor. You're going to want to come to Agna Desert, Mirage Stone. The mission of choice is going to be the Mirage Stone Volga strategic outpost. So now that we're at the outpost, I'm going to show you guys how to do it. This is the build that I'm going to be using. This prioritizes on a duration. So you're going to want to destroy A, B, and C. So once you destroyed A, B, and C, you're going to do a circle around the outpost, hugging the wall so you don't kill the boss. All right, for this next reactor, this is going to be beneficial for Blair. This is going to be his fire impact rounds dimension reactor. You're going to want to come to Kingston Grand Square. The mission of choice is going to be the Kingston surveillance radar. All right, for this next reactor, this one is going to be beneficial for Bunny. This is going to be her electric special rounds singular reactor. You're going to want to come to Echo Swamps Derelict Covert. The mission of choice is going to be the Verdant Greenery. So this is going to be another Freyna method. So from start mission, you're going to come over here to this gas canister or gas tank. And you're going to head to this rock. You're going to place down your first and third ability. Once you're back at start mission, you're just going to activate the mission. Let the dot kill the enemies. Abort. Start the mission. And you're just going to do this over and over. So for this next one, this is actually going to be a 3-part location for Sharen. This is actually going to be a ultimate Sharen pre-farm. This is going to include general rounds, high power rounds, and impact rounds. So starting off with the electric impact rounds fusion reactor, you're going to want to come to Agna Desert, Vermilion Waste. The mission of choice is going to be the Vermilion Waste Volga strategic outpost. Now that we're at the outpost, I'm going to show you guys how to do it. First, going over the build. This is going to be the build that I'm going to be using, prioritizing and duration. So you're going to destroy A, B, C, and D. So once you destroyed A, B, C, and D, you're just going to do a circle around the outpost, hugging the wall so you don't kill the boss. And for her next reactor, this is going to be the electric general rounds fusion reactor. You're going to want to come to Fortress, Defense Line. The mission of choice is going to be the Defense Line Volga strategic outpost. Now that we're at the outpost, I'm going to show you guys how to do it. Going over the build, this is going to be the build that I'm going to be using. This prioritizes in range. You're going to want to come in and destroy A, B, C, and D. So once you destroyed A, B, C, and D, you're going to make a circle around the outpost, making sure that you're kind of hugging the center. And then for her last reactor, this is going to be the electric high power rounds fusion reactor. You're going to want to come to Sterile Lands, Rock Fall. The mission of choice is going to be the anticipated ambush point. And yeah, that's going to be pretty much it. Those are going to be all the reactors and external components for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace.